What's up everyone, I'm Daniel Rodriguez and welcome to my non-spoiler review for the reimagining of Ben-Hur. How does this work, you say? Good question. First off, I'll give you the pros, then the cons, then my final score on the film. Then I'll tell you whether or not you should go check out Ben-Hur in theaters, wait for rental, or maybe just never see this movie at all. Of course, no spoilers in here whatsoever as well. If you want to know, like, the story of Ben-Hur, again, no spoilers, but if you want to know, like, the basic plot, like, the basic story of Ben-Hur, in the description down below, I will, in my own words, tell you. Now, the cinematography, for the most part, is good. But the most interesting, cinematography-wise, is from our character's point of view. Now, this film's budget is $100 million. And with that type of money, I would have to say for the CGI effects overall, it's 50-50. Some effects were really good, while the others were easily spotted and takes you out of the moment. Now, Ben-Hur is around 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is ridiculous. The pacing is really bad at times. And whether you've seen the trailer or not for this film, it is predictable. And the chemistry between our main characters, Judah, Ben-Hur, and Masala, who are brothers, it's very weird. It's like a love-hate relationship, like example, and it plays out very weird, not even like in a smart way. It's just very awkward in a way where it's love-hate, like example, like if I had a brother and I'd be like, hello brother, I've missed you, it's great to see you. Oh brother, nice to see you. Oh, do you want to go get food at McDonald's? And he's like, it's like, he says no. Like if my brother says no and I'm like, well, what do you mean you want to get food at McDonald's? Like, you're just, like, loving at a moment, like, oh, hey, brother, what's up? You want to hang out? Yeah. Well, you want to go get food at McDonald's? No. I'll slit your throat. Like, it's a very weird mixture of between them. Like I said, some of the effects are pretty bad, where it takes you out of the film as well. Green screen, when they're riding a horse, and it's super freaking fake, where you could tell they're on a green screen and they're riding a real horse, and the wind's blowing on them and everything. That's sort of bad. You know, I really dislike the ending of this film. Ben-Hur is one of those films that at the end, it ended perfectly, but then another scene goes on and you're like, is this the end? And then another scene goes on and it's perfect, like end it right here, and then it goes on for another scene. It just keeps on dragging out, and it was one of those type of ends. Also, parts of the plot are really messy, and most of the characters in this film are very confusing. You would think for a 2.5-hour film that its strongest point would be really good explanation, but that is what it lacks the most, is explanation. Now, even though I just mentioned all those cons, there are two things in this film that makes it worth watching. One of the best scenes of this film takes place on a slave ship, and this is where it gets really dark and brutal. Also, naturally in this scene, it gets really dark and scary as well. The music mixes in well with the scene. Also, Morgan Freeman is in here as a supporting character, and he's really good. But the main thing about this film that makes it worth watching is the chariot race. Now, this is a very badass scene, and yes, there are some bad effects within this whole race, but there are some good effects too. And just like the slave ship scene, the chariot race gets very brutal and intense, almost where it turns from a PG-13 film to an R-rated film. And the main actors, Jack Huston and Toby Kebbell, they're not horrible in this film, but yet they're not amazing. They're definitely not the driving point of this film, that's for sure. They're not the worst thing, but they really don't bring up the film either. Again, it's the two intense scenes that really make this film worth watching. And for sure, there are some scenes in this film that could have been cut out completely. I mean, a 2.5-hour film could have been cut down to 1 hour and 40 minutes. It is very messy, and even though I haven't seen the original Ben-Hur, I'm pretty sure the original Ben-Hur was better. So, is the new Ben-Hur worth watching? Yes. In theaters? No. Definitely wait for rental, because you could always skip scenes, or, you know, because it is, again, a messy plot. Most of the characters you really don't care for, and they pop out, and then they love each other, and then they hate each other, and it's a whole messy thing. But there are some really cool action scenes, point of view, the cinematography is really good. So from that, yeah, definitely rental, or if you could download it someplace for free, that'd be amazing. So for sure, Ben-Hur is worth watching, but just rental-wise. I'm going to give Ben-Hur a 6 out of a 10. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smack that like button. You could comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about the new Ben-Hur. Have you seen it? Will you see it? Let me know. Share this review with your friends, and you could hit that subscribe button for more awesome movie reviews. Thank you so much. Join the Big D Nation. The road to 500 has begun. Let's do it together. Till next time, bye-bye.